A new Zelda is on its way, guys. Tears of the Kingdom. The hype is real. We're in the final stretch, and people are just hyped over it. It's my favorite franchise of all time. Ocarina of Time is actually my most favorite game ever made, and there's just this feeling in the air, like, oh man, a new Zelda game is going to be bestowed upon us, and I'm looking forward to it. I've been looking at all the coverage and everything, but something funny happened. Everybody's favorite gaming journalist website, Kotaku, they've been blacklisted by Nintendo for advanced coverage. Yeah, they're not able to preview or show any kind of advanced coverage of this game. They have been absolutely blacklisted, and I'll get into my thoughts about exactly why this is happening and things like that. But let's take a look at this tweet, and this is from the senior reporter at Kotaku. So this is one of the hefes, one of the head honchos. They wrote this a couple days ago. It's preview day for Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, a huge game I would love for Kotaku to be able to inform its millions of readers about firsthand. Unfortunately, Nintendo still has it blacklisted from advanced coverage, a move I would argue is both unprofessional and coercive. You get it. Sometimes my tongue doesn't move right. You know, it's from eating your fucking mom so much that the tongue just gets wore out by the time I make these videos. I was joking. I had to throw a mom joke in there. So, yeah, the senior reporter is basically complaining that Kotaku can't do advanced coverage or anything like that. Now, whether you love or hate Kotaku, they've been a pretty divisive gaming website. So has IGN. And one thing that Kotaku's basically done a lot in recent years, and I know I'm already going to, they've filled a little bit of a political narrative. They push narratives, they push agendas, they kind of do a lot of SJW bullcrap as opposed to actually reviewing games. But that seems to be the norm when it comes to websites. I mean, not too long ago we had that Hogwarts Legacy review from Wired where the journalist gave a 1 out of 10, and their review was filled with nothing really related to Hogwarts Legacy. It was more of them bitching and using a soapbox for them as a transgendered person and how J.K. Rowling's a piece of shit and all that. So gaming journalism has definitely fallen down by the wayside. Now, I'm not trying to judge and say that I know everything there is to do about gaming journalism and stuff, because I'm just a random guy uploading his opinions on YouTube, whether it's about gaming or woke culture and cancel culture and all that. But I do know that if you're going to review a game, you should at least put some kind of thought and basis for your argument, and the Wired reviewer did not do that. But Kotaku has had a pretty wild history of not doing that as well. And then also coming out on Twitter, calling out a company as unprofessional in this manner as a senior reporter, I feel it's a little unprofessional yourself. Now, in the past, Kotaku has also had articles that were linking literally to emulation for Nintendo games. I believe there was a Metroid article. Let me see if I can pull up real quick. But this Metroid Dread article actually led to a tweet that showed where to run on emulator for Metroid Dread. Yeah, here we go. From Kotaku's website. This came out quite some time ago. And the thing is, Metroid Dread's already running on Switch emulators. Only days after release, the latest entry is running in 4K using an emulator. And you can see after they fucking post all of this, there should be a tweet or something of that nature. Or they're basically, they're letting people know that there's a tweet. I think they might have actually edited this since the last time I looked at it. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can pull it up, because they actually had a screenshot to a tweet. And, you know, if you're going to be a gaming journalist website, the last thing that you should do is actually, I guess, show a tweet that shows a link to a Switch emulator. I can't find it. I guess they edited it, because I saw a video earlier by somebody else. I think it was Vera Dark that actually showed the screenshot for the emulator. So maybe they went and backtracked. But the point is, in the past, Kotaku has done several different articles talking about emulators and suggesting, people to come and play it. So you could see here's people covering it back then, actually, and they're mentioning how they boldly suggested playing it on an emulator. So they got a little bit of a hot seat right here. I guess the article has been definitely edited up from when it is. Now, emulating for like retro games and stuff, I could be like, okay, that's fine. But Nintendo doesn't play with its IPs. Nintendo is serious about that. If you're breaking Street Date, if you're breaking embargo, they'll come after you. I got videos taken down in the past as well. So as a major publication, don't be surprised if you're making articles like that and Nintendo has you blacklisted. This is actually trending as well. Kotaku's literally trending. This has been always the last couple days because of this. You can see there's some great memes out of this. You can always blacklist Kotaku. It's always morally correct. While it's not your fault, your outlet has talked about and told people in the article to pirate Metroid Dread Day 1. You also had incorrect financial reports, though the former is probably what upset Nintendo the most. And you can see people are mentioning that as well. This is what happens when you choose politics over gaming. Gaming no longer chooses you for everything. They got blacklisted for giving articles about how to pirate games. So, freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom from consequence. So you can see they also have these articles like this talking about Smash Brothers, including disability slurs, basically slandering Nintendo. And again, Nintendo doesn't play. Nintendo's giving you exactly what you deserve from them, considering your publication's conduct towards them in the past. I would argue you deserve to be blacklisted for many, many more companies, considering your conduct towards their fans and customers in the past. So, are things coming back and biting Kotaku in the butt? It seems like it might be so. Regardless of what, Kotaku definitely has done some things in the past that have been questionable. They're only human, but when you start to do like the whole political stuff and start to make ridiculous articles and stories and linking to piracy and things like that, then don't be surprised when companies disassociate with you. I've had companies disassociate with me as well, but really wanted to touch on this because the senior editor, the senior reporter, caused this thing to trend, and it seems like Nintendo's taking a stand against bad gaming journalism, and so good on them, whether you like or hate Nintendo. I know they've come under fire recently for a lot of, copyright ban hammering. They had that whole fiasco with but that Bowser guy recently that got caught and arrested and stuff. He's going to be paying millions of dollars for the rest of his life. So Nintendo, don't fuck with them. Even Kotaku's not immune to it. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts.